The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?
Their old documentaries on Vice, dude, are so damn good.
Vice was the real news station to tune into.
They were the ones who taught me about North Korea. They were the ones who taught me about Russia.
Vice is what real journalism looks like.
Boots on the ground, being real.
Yeah.
Most journalists are like, don't cut 90% of the stuff out.
Especially their crime, when they go like underground into like crime rings and shit.
Those are so cool.
Like, how the fuck do you get access and entry into these organizations and clubs and just niche cults?
When one of the Vice guys went over to, I forget which country, but they were talking to a cannibal, and you're like, yeah, you're just comfortable in that moment. You're just like, yeah.
They have some of the most out of pocket interviews and like
right
where they go to explore.
And you know it's a good interview when they're interviewing in an abandoned building. And you're like,
Yeah.
This is the best place you could find. And they're like, yes, this country is desolate. This is the best building we can find.
Welcome to the Op. Be sure to check out Oruga's shop. We make shirts and hoodies that are comfortable and stylish. Follow @ShopOruga and visit orugastore.com. That is ORUGA store.com. Beat produced by Saipuda. Check him out at saipudabeats.com.
And 3, 2, 1. Oh man, you don't even have your headphones on. What's going on, Nolan?
Need to be in check.
You just like, sometimes you're just unprepared. What's up?
The unpreparedness is going away.
It's so disrespectful to
Don't even have my wallet and keys outside of my pockets. Don't even have them set down.
It's like you're not staying.
It's like I'm ready to just bounce out of here.
Goodbye. You know, it was good seeing you.
I carry myself the way I carry myself.
You know, I wanted to play that.
I know that was random. I just had to throw that in there though.
Because I carry myself the way I carry myself.
I'm just too excited about the sound bites. I had to throw
Dude.
a random one in there.
Our clips are so good today that, you know, you showed me this video of West Side Gun yesterday, or a couple days ago. And I got some clips for us to show today of that same video because it's such a good video of West Side Gun.
Yeah.
It's such a good video.
He's a wholesome family man.
And he doesn't care about rap at all.
It's
I'm
about
not trying
the
to be on the
fashion.
top 500.
It's about the art, the
Right.
culture.
Right, yeah.
That's what it is for Oruga.
Art and culture, man.
Yeah.
That's why we have a new gallery. Check out the website.
We're not about the clout. We're not about the fame.
We're about the art, man. All art. What else is going on? Oh, the hot take.
The
What
hot
is it?
take that I have. So,
Right.
you know how, I don't know what radio station it is.
Okay. A Cincinnati radio station? What kind of
No.
radio?
Have you ever heard of DJ Academics?
Nah.
He used to be on this.
Is he famous? Is he
You know,
average?
you know Joe Budden,
Maybe. Possibly.
the dude who dissed like the Amigos.
Sure.
He's like another bald fuck. But
Okay.
anyways,
You keep making fun of him, you're going to go bald. You know, you got that
Yeah.
long, luscious hair. Not for long, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
This guy's got 1.7 milli. Or no,
Followers?
1.4 milli Twitter followers.
Okay, so he's
And
very
just-
famous.
He's known for having like opinions on rappers and just like different takes.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
So anyways,
I
he
like
says, no, this is not a diss in any way because I like all rappers in like some sense.
Okay.
And like every rapper can be critiqued
To some degree,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
So anyways, he was saying that Lil Yachty
Mm-hmm.
created a female era of rap music because he Here, just read this tweet. I don't know if it's too much information to read aloud, but like, anyways, he was behind one of the City Girls songs, and City Girls blew up from that song. Mm-hmm. So he's attributing Lil Yachty to their success and fame, which it does kind of make sense.
To whose?
To the group City Girls.
Okay.
And you may have not heard of them, but it's just
I'm so confused.
Female rap group.
Okay. Are they good? Have you listened to them?
They're probably from Atlanta or something. Same place Same place as Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, as you keep reading,
okay,
he's just like giving all the praise to like Lil Yachty and how he's birthed this whole movement of
female rappers
of a different sound. Like he's saying that Lil Yachty created a whole different sound in this generation of rappers. And I just had to go on Twitter and like go in this dude's reply section and be like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
So anyways, I replied to him.
Lil Yachty's like...
And I know he's not going to read this shit, but fuck it. I just had to get my take on it, because if he thinks like Lil Yachty is birthing a whole...
That means JID and Lil Uzi Vert are rap gods then, for changing.
So this is what I said.
Okay, what?
I said, don't get me wrong, I like Lil Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
But look at his XXL freshman class.
Right. Denzel,
which consisted of
21. Jesus, bro. And Kodak?
Yeah.
And Kodak? That's a hard class.
So, like, Uzi and Denzel, think about those two rappers alone.
Right.
Uzi is way different from Trippie Redd, who came out a couple years after him. And then Trippie Redd's a whole different topic.
How does someone get into the XXL freshman class?
I think you just have to be a shitty young rapper.
Okay.
But honestly, there was some talent in that one class.
Dude.
And Uzi, 21, Kodak, and Denzel, and Yachty.
Yeah.
That was a fire class.
Oh my
Probably
gosh.
the best one of the decade.
And 21's early stuff was a little shaky, but still amazing.
But even Action Bronson was in XXL. I think it was like 13 or 14.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
There's a couple of just like people that are in the rap game now that you don't suspect of being from XXL.
Okay.
But that's how some of them
Do you have any good examples?
I mean, most of them have already achieved their fame and success after they've been in, or like before they've been in XXL. Mm-hmm. So like Jack Harlow and shit like that.
Okay. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you gotta have a little bit of success to be able to...
Yeah, a little bit of a snowball effect going for you.
Right. You're an opener for a headliner.
Yeah.
You know, you can maybe sell out 1,000 seats.
But anyways,
okay.
the topic goes back to Uzi. He like has his own unique sound. You know,
Okay.
He's came out with multiple like good albums, great albums.
Name one.
XO for Life.
Yeah.
And then Love is Rage 2. Love is Rage. I like all of them. But he's
What's
just...
the black and white cover?
What the fuck?
2000.
Love is Rage 2.
Yeah.
I had to think
I'm
about
a
it
fan of
because
that
you're talking
one.
about the Off-White cover.
I guess. Is that
It's got
really
the-
Off-White?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a cool cover designed by him. But yeah, the Lil Yachty take. It's just like, how can you say that this guy, just because he birthed a production for one of the City Girls and a project with Drake, how can you say he's one of the most defining rappers of our time when you have Uzi, Denzel, 21, and then Kodak, who graduated with him basically?
What was Lil Yachty's participation in Drake's...
You're saying little.
Little, I know.
Little Yachty.
I sound like a...
Lobo.
Lobo. What was his participation in Her Loss, the Drake album? Was he a writer? Was he a production?
I guess he
Was
just...
he just
I don't know.
overseeing it? Like...
I don't remember him being in Her Loss.
You know, I remember Lil Wayne I remember Lil Wayne doing a couple ad credits for a few songs, and that's pretty much it.
No, I was bumping Lil Yachty, especially when like Minnesota. Mm-hmm. He just had them summer bops, bro. Like he had so many good summer songs. Broccoli. Broccoli was the song of our like high school time.
Right. Once he hit I Spy, it was all over.
Yeah. What, like cringe wise or just
Cringe wise?
Yeah, with Kyle, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of song was that?
God, God, that just made me.
He was trying to be a pop star.
Right. Yeah. I don't need that. I don't need a pop star.
I put my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and history, we in the record books.
The Oruga Podcast has united with the Galactic Federation. With worldly symbols and alien logos, we celebrate our galaxy with new merch. Hope you love it, and Godspeed.
There's just like so many different culturally impactful people that you can say have done equally or better than Lil Yachty. But academics is just giving him all the praise and dick sucking in the world, you know?
He birthed this whole thing. I need to look up Action Bronson's XXL.
It's 2013.
Wow. And there's no pictures of it?
No, dude was still looking the same though.
Oh, just huge.
Bearded and bold.
Right.
Nah, he's majestic, Preston.
Super majestic. Wow, that's yeah.
Who was with him though in that class? Like, look in that top right.
Trying to look. Flatbush Zombies, Macklemore, Big Sean, Future.
That's why
Future
2013 had to have been the best then. If they had Flatbush Zombies and Big Sean in the same in Action Bronson.
Who is this? This is Simo?
That's Absol.
Okay.
Absol, and then they got Chief Keef.
Yeah, but Absol's not listed.
No, Absol, yeah. He's up there, though, above.
Oh, Schoolboy.
Is that Schoolboy Q?
Schoolboy,
no
Joey Badass,
way.
Absol.
That had to have been.
Travis Scott.
Okay, 2013. Hottest take.
Jesus.
2013 was obviously the best XXL year.
Dude, once you have Future, Big Sean, Flatbush Zombies,
just the top alone.
Frenchman.
Why is Riff Raff on the top right?
I don't know, bro.
Anyways, 2013. Holy shit.
Right.
And Schoolboy Q, my dog.
Dude.
But yeah, we're big rap heads.
You know, I'm not gonna. I don't like that title, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for the West Side Gun clip?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're waiting. Ah.
You know, the very next day, I had a shoot, you know what I'm saying, for the spread for Sorbet magazine. Shout out to Sorbet. You know what I'm saying? They got me modeling too. I had on the newest Mike Amir. You already know that's family of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is what I signed up for. This is what I want to do. Everybody always know I was in fashion.
You have to be baller to be posing.
You know what I'm saying? My whole life. That's what I actually wanted to do.
For God's
more
sakes,
than this.
look at that wrist.
It's like I do it all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like having
but
your phone on your wrist all the time.
You know, fashion is what I do more. Like I'm more a designer. And I always got to tell people, because a lot of people don't understand, Griselda Records came from Griselda by Fashion Rebels. I had the fashion brand first. When people be trying to act like I got to be the most lyricalest motherfucker on earth, that doesn't faze me. I never signed up to be that. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be that. I don't care about that. That don't have nothing to do with me. My whole shit is style. My whole shit is fly. My whole shit is art. My whole shit is beyond that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can have that. I don't give a fuck if I'm not on a top 500. It don't matter to me. I'm on my own fucking lake. You know what I'm saying? That's what
he
matters
literally
to me.
is.
He literally is on his own lake.
Hey, we got this soundbite though. This gem.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna always be used. We say that too often.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious how many times I was trying to count, but by the time you get mid video, you're like, I'm like 6 or 7 in. I can't keep counting.
How inspirational.
You know what I'm saying?
He's inspirational though.
He is, because like for if you're just listening, he's doing a photo shoot with, I mean, like fur coats and pretty good outfits. I mean, I really liked some of those outfits, but Yeah, he's quite a gem. He's really him.
Yeah.
He's really him, for God's sakes.
I mean, he's developed a sense of style.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And it actually, like, watching this clip, it shocked the shit out of me that what he said is, like, I started the fashion brand before rapping. I would have never guessed that. In a million years, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Just from, like, how he presents himself as a rapper, like, in his lyrics, yeah, he mentions it here and there, but it's not, like, on the forefront. So, like, that really shocked me.
Yeah, I mean, some of his artworks, too, and some of his, like, have you seen, like, the three-eyed people?
Mm-mm.
I think it's made by him.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Is it
he
like
just puts, like, a third eye on a bunch of famous people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Because I've seen his merch, too. We were talking about this maybe right when we started Oruga, and we were, like, trying to make merch collections, and Westside Gun released that sweatshirt with, like, an 1940s, 30s woman.
Like actress.
Right. And she had the third eye. And that was it.
It was so random.
It was such a random
But, I mean, it's
sweatshirt.
unique. It's definitely unique.
But he doesn't sell designer. That's what the fascinating part is. Like, he sells, kind of traditional merch, but yeah. I saw somebody with a Griselda hoodie yesterday, and it was the album he released in 2020. It's with the David and Goliath. David with the head of Goliath. I can't remember what the album's called.
Pray for Paris.
Yes, that album. Maybe are you positive?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that's a great album.
Pretty sure that.
And I saw somebody with that album cover on their hoodie, and then they have like the scorpions going down their arms.
Yeah, the scorpions they've been growing on me. I actually do think they're hard.
Yeah, they're very cool. Because like at the end of this clip, when he's on his lake and giving his explanation, he's got that thick ass Jesus piece, and then he's got a baseball jersey with those scorpions, and they look so cool because like it's good contrast. Like the red was really striking.
Yeah,
look at it.
That's what it is. Pray for Paris.
Pray for Paris. Yeah.
That is a huge ass piece, though. Looks like a stained glass window, bro.
It must be so heavy on his neck. He must have to go to the chiropractor so often just because of how he's doing chiropractic shit to his neck right now. He's wearing weights on his neck.
Yeah.
So crazy.
That's how you build a buff neck right there. Wear pounds and pounds of chains.
Right. All right, here is the next clip.
I gotta just have new energy, man. Just like I said, man, I'm evolving. You know what I mean? I can't help if everybody else stuck in the same spot. That shit don't got nothing to do with me, man. You know what I mean? Wake up and pray, man. I really be just trying to show everyone. I'm regular, man. I'm just like everybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? But I carry myself the way I carry myself. I move with morals and principles. You know what I'm saying? I believe in family, and I believe in taking care of your loved ones, and I believe in being a man. I believe in being a stand-up man. Anybody be hating on this, there's something wrong with y'all niggas, man. I'm good. This shit protected by God. That's what y'all don't understand. Keep that shit away from me, man. I like to go home to my babies, man. And I want you to go home to yours.
And I keep telling myself.
It's so wholesome for no reason.
That shit's hard.
I know.
Wholesome and hard at the same time.
It's just like, when I was watching this, I was like, what is that? What's that? Whoa, you're going into a whole spiel on like, you know.
Yeah.
I carry myself the way I carry myself.
Like a whole fucking spiel. And the thing is that this first scene, the first part of the clip, he's at the jeweler getting his chains cleaned.
Yeah.
And I would, and it's just hilarious when he like busts out that line, "I'm just a regular guy." And you're like, no, you're not. But like, I like
a made guy.
Right. I like the morals, but like, no, you're not a regular guy, man.
He's made, bro.
For sure. It's just I gotta like.
I carry myself the way I carry myself.
It's so funny. It's so unexpected. Yeah, it's hilarious. But that's West Side Guns, and then Pray, or then You Pray. It's I don't know.
For me.
Yeah, that shit. So
All
it's
up
on the
to,
it's
all
on
up to Griselda.
yeah Griselda's YouTube page if you want to check out the whole clip. But it's real cool. I was watching an Action Bronson video last night about he was in his art studio, and he's just basically like this small warehouse where he's got all of his paintings, and he's like actively painting, and he just like kind of sits right in front of the thing he's working on. It was just so cool because the last album he did, I totally forget the name, but it has like an alligator on the front.
Yeah.
You see that painting against the wall, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know you actually did that yourself. No shit, it's kind of cool. It kind of like gives you like the whole,
I think the past 2 or 3 album covers he's done
like White Bronco
have been made by him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The White Bronco album cover is very interesting, and it does really fit like the feeling of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Look, Only for Dolphins, Lamb Over Rice, and White Bronco, and Crocodile. Yeah, the past 4 album covers have been
him painting them, which is cool. I like that so much. Let me see. What's his most recent album called? Crocodilo Turbo.
Cocodrilo.
Yeah, that stuff. Super cool. And Action Bronson's such a cool guy. He's just so cut to the point about everything. He's just I'm a cook, I'm a painter, I'm a musician, and that's it. He's like, I don't want to talk about anything else. Let's keep the ideas going. Let's keep the.
Oh no, you can't be sad when you're watching Action Bronson, bro.
No.
Especially when you're watching like his food stuff, his food documentaries.
Oh my gosh.
And he's describing the food. He's like, oh my god, I've never tasted anything like this in my life.
Fuck. That's delicious. And if you want to have torture, if you want to torture yourself, be hungry and then watch Fuck That's Delicious. That is torture. Because you're just salivating over just some
fruit.
Like,
I mean, it's even comedic too compared to just watching food.
Right.
That's what he gets right.
The one time where me and you were watching Action Bronson and Big Body Bass in the kitchen, that was so weird though. Some episodes are so out of pocket, and they're just like kind of cringy because of how awkward, but it's like a good kind of cringe. You know what I mean? You just get uncomfortable for them, and it's like it's so fun.
Like, I'm glad I wasn't there.
Right. That's an interesting moment, yeah. Or like when the alchemist like just doesn't like fish or doesn't like any seafood, and he's like, I'm not eating. And you're like, we're in Asia, dude. And he's like, I guess I'm just not eating the whole trip. It's so funny. It's such a wholesome show.
Yeah, he's got that, and then the Ancient Aliens show.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't seen the Ancient Aliens show, like a full clip of it.
Really?
I haven't seen like a full episode.
You haven't watched the Tyler episode?
I mean, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I recently learned that Action Bronson went independent with Fuck That's Delicious. Originally,
Instead of Vice?
It's not on Vice anymore.
What?
Yeah, so Vice was like,
I guess it's the contracts that they be having.
That, and Vice is under new management, so it's just kind of been downhill from there. Well, that's my opinion. Their old documentaries are unmatched to anything I've seen now. Their old documentaries on Vice, dude, are so damn good.
Vice was the real news station to tune into.
They were the ones who taught me about North Korea. They were the ones who taught me about Russia.
Vice is what real journalism looks like.
Boots on the ground, being real.
Yeah.
Most journalists are like, don't cut 90% of the stuff out.
Especially their crime, when they go like underground into like crime rings and shit.
Those are so cool.
Like, how the fuck do you get access and entry into these organizations and clubs and just niche cults?
When one of the Vice guys went over to, I forget which country, but they were talking to a cannibal, and you're like, yeah, you're just comfortable in that moment. You're just like, yeah.
They have some of the most out of pocket interviews and like
right
where they go to explore.
And you know it's a good interview when they're interviewing in an abandoned building. And you're like, this is the best place you could find. And they're like, yes, this country is desolate. This is the best building we can find.
Remember watching that one? I think you showed me it. And it was like all the guys had AK-47s and they were like in some African country. And they whacked you with leaves before you could enter to ward off the bad spirits. Totally. After that point, I would be like, where the fuck am I? Right. What am I doing?
And then they were explaining how before they whacked you with leaves that were covered in water to ward you off of any bad spirits, they were taking liquid cocaine.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I don't know if they were ingesting it through their nose
they were doing
cavities or
they were getting high before they whacked you with leaves.
Right. Which was insanity. And they're coked up and they think that you are just you
have bad spirits on
you're the white man, you know?
Yeah.
And so there was a few moments where they were talking about something like sketchy and then they would pull out their AK-47s and throwing it into the journalist's face.
I don't even know if that was Vice, but I just remember
I don't think it was.
I just remember seeing that journalist, and he was just trying to get an interview with the leader.
Right. But that's the crazy part is that when they were talking to those, I think they were Somalian pirates.
Yeah.
When they were talking to the Somalian pirates, once the guy explained why they're being pirates and what they do, it made so much sense. It made so much sense that they're like, we can't feed our family.
Yeah.
We can't feed our family.
There's corporations over there that have taken over their land and they only have one job that they can resort to, and that's just thieving.
And just being pirates. Yeah. Because all the corporations don't hire locals. All the corporations bring in their outsource their people. So it's like
I did see that, like how they exposed that kind of industry. It really isn't known to us in America, you know?
No. I mean, we complain, jobs are going out there, but, like, it's still a workers' market? You can get a job pretty damn easy in America.
True.
Considerably easier than going to Somalia and trying to get a corporate job in Somalia, you know, when you're a fucking villager. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. It's like
that's so sad, actually. And they were just robbing French people and robbing like French boats. It was funny how they were explaining how
they were robbing the colonists,
right?
Because they don't want to be colonized.
They were saying like, what boat do you specifically choose? Like, what boats do you want to rob? And they're like French and American. And it was so quick.
It was straight to the point.
He knew the answer like it was the back of his hand.
It's like, what kind of ore do you mine for?
Right.
And it's like gold and silver.
right. Seriously. And he was like, why only those countries? The journalist asked the pirate, why only those countries? And it was
a French journalist, I think. Or a Canadian French.
Something like that. A bad person, you know what I'm saying? And
you know what I'm saying?
And but the pirate was like, no one else has money or captive money. Yeah. So like we can only rob those people because we'll only get money out of those types of boats. And it was just a very fascinating.
It's eye-opening for sure.
Right. That's their economy. I mean, you can paint them as bad people, but like they need opportunity.
They only have,
and that's the only opportunity that they see fit. So it's like you can't paint them as bad people, really.
Fishing doesn't pay the bills. It only helps you survive day to day. Can't be a fisherman forever and make money off it.
The mercury will poison you. Oh gosh, yeah. Sad topic, but going back to those Vice documentaries, dude, they're unmatched. Like, I can't go to 60 Minutes and have them show me some real shit.
Chair.
Yeah.
face to face.
They're in New York from the studio giving you the news. They're not boots on the ground. And occasionally, yes, there's a what do they call it? There's a journalist who is in the country of the conflict, and they may be on the forefront, but they're always outside the city, looking over the city. Like, wow, look at that city. Problems are over there.
Unless you're David Muir.
You know, that's who actually I'm talking about. David Muir, I seen him all the time
be
like,
it from afar.
That shit over there is bad. You know, hi, I'm here from Afghanistan, and it is just an issue. There's people running everywhere, and you know the military's coming in. And yeah, they're always in a safe place. Yeah. But like Vice was always in the goddamn conflict. Like they were in between the lines, reporting from the war line.
I wonder if Vice pays their journalists to have like bulletproof vests, or like, is there a life insurance policy through these, or are they just contractors?
Some of them. The woman who did a lot of interviews in Afghanistan.
Because it would suck to just lose your life and then over journalism, and then your family couldn't like get paid for your like recent and unexpected death.
I mean,
that just came out of nowhere, you know.
That's the big no-no, though.
I would have to have a life insurance policy if I was one of the boots on the ground journalists.
Especially I forget what his name is, but it's the white guy who's tatted up, who did a lot of he did one North Korea video where there was a basketball exchange where a basketball team went to the Harlem Globetrotters went to North Korea with
to just. Wasn't it just to perform or play a game?
To play a game, yeah. And
that's so weird.
Man, I bet you would start thinking, I'm going to North Korea. There's a potential I could be imprisoned. Yeah, I might need life insurance.
Prison, tortured, killed, right. Any of the above.
Being a political pawn.
Yeah. Especially how they got... What country got Brittany Renner? Was it China?
Oh, I have no idea.
Not Brittany Renner. Who was the one? Who's the chick that?
I need words.
The basketball player.
Oh, Russia.
Yeah, Russia was the one.
She brought some weed into Russia, and they put her ass in jail. Yeah, they exchanged her, and she's back in America. They had two prisoners that they exchanged for her.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, Brittany Griner. I remember that. That was a year ago, right? When she got arrested.
You know what's funny?
What?
You know who I said instead?
What? Who'd you say?
This chick.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How do you know that, Nolan? Huh?
This is bleeped out.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyways, gosh, that's a scary thought, you know.
No way. Actually, we might have to include this topic because this is just such a niche fucking site and like product.
Explain. Give me words.
I need to show you this. So the woman we're talking about.
That you were talking about.
That I was talking about.
Yes.
You need to see
Brittany
this.
What? What's her name? Let me hear it again.
Renner.
What
type of style is this?
Oh, this is like...
She sells them like that.
Was it slutty yoga?
Yeah. She sells them like that. What the fuck?
Oh, with one leg?
Yeah.
Stop it. Why? Why do you need one leg?
I don't know.
Are you a soccer player who only kicks with your left hand? Or left foot?
I wonder if you can change up what leg you want covered.
I don't need to look at this. This is basically porn. I don't need to look. And what we're looking at is literally just yoga sales, but or yoga pants.
What a weird product to be selling, though.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Basically porn.
It's basically.
It really is.
It's so.
You can't be displaying your product in that fashion.
Well, I mean, I think they have definitely every right to, but I don't need to look. You know, I'm not in the market for.
He's been holding his hand up for 50 years.
Oh yeah, what's that Indian guy's name?
That is gross.
I know.
He didn't trim them nails at all.
I know.
That's gross as
What
fuck.
kind of achievement is that? He holds up his hand.
His name is not even in the post. How sad. He really wanted to
just break the...
He wanted to do that Guinness World Record book.
But how do you track him? How many years was it? How do you track a human being who holds their arm up for, what, a decade? How do you track that? We only are like, yeah, he definitely looks like he held up because he has no muscle mass in that arm.
I wonder, because it just goes away at that point.
I feel like he could just be like, yeah, we're going to bed now. I'm gonna lower my hand.
It might just be stuck there.
That could be too. Yeah, for sure. He's as useless as the dirtiest man in the world.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy? He was also Indian.
Yeah, and
they
then
really
as soon as
killed
he took
those.
a bath, he died.
He took a bath and he died?
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Because he got so clean, and then we couldn't. Yeah,
His immune system just shut down.
Wasn't used to
like,
being clean.
Bro.
As clean as that, and then got sick again.
Cool.
Or something like that.
Yeah. He was probably on his
so
deathbed. He's like, I should have never taken a bath. What was I thinking? I should have died with that dirt. Ew. He was real disgusting too. Could you imagine the smell of the world's dirtiest man? You could probably smell him from a block away.
This is our Guinness Book of World Records segment.
Yes. Because how ridiculous.
If you're going for a world record, please let us know in the comment section.
And hopefully it's a fucking useful one. Like, there's a lot of dumb ones.
Looking for comfortable? Looking for comfortable and stylish apparel? Something right up your alley? Oruga has a collection for you. Monochrome features sleek black and white designs. The Workweek Thermal features pops of vibrant color. Check out orugastore.com for unique styles and streetwear.
The one we're going for is youngest podcasters with the merch site.
Right.
And
yeah.
What else?
I don't
know.
know.
Posters, stickers, prints.
I think anything to the extreme as Guinness is, like what are we gonna do? The longest streamed podcast ever done. Like, that's so ridiculous. Yeah. And I
Everybody
don't know.
low key probably has broken a world record and doesn't know it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I have thought of this thing for the longest.
Right.
So I'm the world record holder for thinking about this subject the longest.
I think my world record would be loudest belch. I really cranked one out a couple days ago, and it was in a stairwell, and this stairwell was extremely echoey. So when I just unloaded this deep-chested burp, I just it was echoing forever. Like, it was phenomenal.
See, you would be in the book right now if Guinness Book of World Record member was there.
I'm gonna tap into my phone, figure out when it recorded me a couple days ago, and I'm gonna have the decibel levels checked, and we are going to prove it that I had the loudest belch.
And we'll prove that it's not just the reverb in the stairwell.
It was not that at all. It was my mouth that produced those kind of levels. Yeah. As a child, that is such a fun book. You really get to see all the wacky people in the...
I remember buying at least 3 or 4 of them. Mm-hmm. And it's especially every what is it? When the book fair. That's what it is.
Oh, the Scholastic Book Fair. Yeah. What a nostalgia.
When the book fair's in town, and they stock your library full of random shit.
Right.
That's when you cop all the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, those were the days where I would go for the dinosaur books.
Really?
Oh, dinosaur books were my favorite, for sure.
I was always looking for weird eraser heads or weird pens.
Oh, you were the kid that that would go for the ruler that would slap around your wrist?
No, I wasn't that type.
Okay. Would you go for the money that were erasers as well?
I would low key snag some erasers. Just be like, I'm not paying for this. They're erasers.
You know how much of a baller it felt when you were a kid and you would get a Benjamin?
The Benjamin eraser.
Getting a Benjamin eraser when you were like...
We're just going to bring those back.
When you had one of those erasers, you would just feel...
I carry myself the way I carry myself.
You feel like a king, bro.
I feel like the absolute baller.
Dude, honestly, I remember having so many of those.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to supply those on our site.
What, the eraser Benjamins?
Yeah. We're just going to have those in stock soon.
Right.
We'll find them somewhere, buy a bunch of them, and upmark them only for like 1%.
We won't even upmark them. We'll lose money on them.
Yeah.
Because we're printing money at that point. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Come get your complimentary Benjamin Franklin eraser.
On Oruga with any purchase of merch.
Orugastore.com. Any purchase of merch, that'd be live.
That'll be kind of cool.
First 100.
I think I was trying to really figure out like what would be good bonuses if you do buy merch. Like, you know, would we give
Promotions
stickers?
and shit.
Yeah, we could give.
I mean,
another
you even
promotion.
get points on our orders.
That's true. I forgot.
If you're a member, so like sign up and be a member.
Right. There's that login that we have that
looks hidden.
It's a little hidden, but it
just an
tracks.
icon.
If you get an account, it'll give you some points for the next purchase if you do want to. And I think also if you share us on like all the different platforms of social media, you can also get free stickers.
We're like all the other bougie brands. We give you points for orders and shit.
Of course.
Even signing up and all that, referring.
Mm-hmm.
We're the bougie.
I'm still sad that I tried to make our Wikipedia page, but Wikipedia just denied instantly. A volunteer denied us.
Whoever's a Wikipedia moderator, I hate you.
I don't hate you.
No.
I want your help.
This is where the beef starts, Preston.
Fuck Wikipedia! I'm just kidding.
That's where our first beef is gonna stem from.
Yeah.
They never made us official.
No.
We're gonna make ourselves official.
Can I tell you why we can't beef with them?
Why?
Because they control the narrative.
They really
Wikipedia controls history, dude.
They control how you look on Google.
Mm-hmm. They're the most trusted site on
say
Google.
You're famous, right?
Mm-hmm. What do you go to?
No, not even that. Say you're famous.
Mm-hmm.
Wikipedia is the first one to know about your birth, and the last one or the first one to know about your death.
Mm-hmm.
It knows when you die, bro.
And this is where your headshots go. They don't go on IBM. Your headshots.
IMDb.
Oh yeah, that shit. A Wikipedia owns your headshots, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I don't need to beef with them. You know, I don't know who in God's name is volunteering for Wikipedia though to
I'm beefing
be a
with
moderator.
all the big corporations, honestly.
Okay.
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah? Is that because a lizard owns them, Mark Zuckerberg?
I don't care if they drop Ray-Ban.
The man who literally, when he talks, he doesn't flinch at all. He's just dead. It's
just the muscles in his face are so creepy.
Yeah.
The fact that you can talk and none of your forehead muscles move and none of your cheek muscles move.
Mm-hmm. His eyes are so dead inside too.
Yeah.
So dead.
It doesn't look like he's looking at anything. He looks like he's looking right through you.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't make any sense. He really is a reptile, bro.
He's so creepy. And he actually did Joe Rogan's podcast. Listening to it was so weird.
I'd be uncomfortable around him.
Yeah.
I think it's just that he's got a long face.
No.
A weirdly long face.
Can I tell you, I can bash his meat bag
His
all day
appearance.
long. Right. But I don't give a shit about his appearance. I really don't. Like,
It's more about his character.
it's more about what he does. Yeah, his character. And when I laid that fact on you that they hired child psychologist to make the
VR.
meta? Yeah, VR meta better. And then he fired all of the child
And
psychologists.
then I hired a new batch.
Mm-hmm. Just because the child psychologist said that he was being unethical with how he was marketing to children, just trying to be too addictive.
Yeah.
And man, after hearing that, it's like, how am I supposed to like this guy? He literally is trying to like just entrap our children
into a social media trap.
Yeah, it's just like it literally social media slavery. I'm gonna coin that. I'm gonna coin that because it's literally
it'll be
a thing
in 50 years.
Social media slavery for sure.
Yeah, enslaved by apps.
You haven't posted on your Instagram in about 3 months. Is something okay? You might need to update. Maybe throw
Dude,
one of those old vacation photos up. It's okay. It's October.
Maybe throw a happy birthday for someone up there.
Right. Why don't you comment on your friends' posts at all? Like, do you not like them? Are you not their friends?
That'd be crazy to be controlled by apps.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Your
like
social credit score goes through Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
You haven't posted in a while. Are you not part of the community?
I mean, the fact with all these content creators that are already out there getting all the brand sponsorships and deals, it's the apps that really control how they function because they're like, how are they going to react on this app?
Okay.
That's what all content creators are thinking right now. Like, they're either big on one platform like Instagram or Facebook or like a Facebook group, but they're not big on, say, like Twitter or just even a random one like Spotify.
Okay.
But the thing is, I think that it's not the viewership that really dictates the actions that they do. I think it's just the reaction to what they release.
Are you talking about like how influencers?
Yeah, content creators, I feel like they don't make content for their members. They make content to please the algorithms.
Yeah.
And just whole generalized groups almost.
That's why when you watch Mr. Beast, you're like, why is this cut so quickly? Like
there are
it's
edits.
so fast paced.
There's edits in certain places on these videos to make you like stay hooked.
Which it does the exact opposite to me. It immediately burns me out because it's just like so high anxiety. Like I can't watch it and be like, "Oh, this is soothing. This is cool."
Even the music videos nowadays, it's too fastly cut.
Right. And it's like if it's good enough, it'll keep my attention. Just because it's fast doesn't mean it'll keep my attention.
Yeah.
And that is time and time again when I watch something that's like Mr. Beast or a music video that's just cut so quickly and it like gives me like what is it, motion sickness? Motion sickness too. Yeah, when they like start spinning the camera and they start going in and out, it's just like, come on, let's just slow that shit down just a little, please. Like
the pace of some of these YouTube videos are just crazy.
Just so fast. Do I need to put it on 0.25?
Even TikToks. Even the TikToks, they try and make bullet point videos. And they try and go down rabbit holes like explanation videos or like even vlogging. You know how many like TikTokers vlog, but like the TikToks are only like a minute or two long.
Right.
But you're in a whole country for a week and you're just making a 2-minute TikTok, a short form of media.
Right.
That's like easily absorbed. It could be easily absorbed by millions because it's just a whole summarization of your trip, you know? But if you made like engaging content that was an hour long of your entire trip, I feel like that would make more sense than posting a short form of media. But the only reason they do that is to please the algorithms and not the viewership.
And not the viewership, yeah. And
like, I see so many vloggers doing that, traveling TikTokers and Instagrammers. The
way TikTokers talk, the TikTok cadence of how they speak is so disgusting.
It's almost like they do speak in bullet points.
Yeah, they actually, it's crazy that I forget where I saw this, but there's actually a like a category for that certain type of speech. Like they actually have like categorized it now and said that this is TikTok and influencer way to speak. And like it's really fascinating how like they've already like as like linguistic people they've categorized and explained
the patterns.
Yes. And why it works. And why it works on people.
Yeah, everything when it comes down to it, it's all just a trigger in the brain. And it all just triggers firing.
But that's where I smell bullshit. I'm like, come on. If why do you have to tell me everything so quickly and so fast? Because we were going on over there, and then we found this, and it's just like, dude, take a breath.
Yeah. That's why I don't have TikTok. That's why Snapchat has gone downhill.
That's
why Instagram, there's no good influencer on Instagram because they're just hungry for likes.
And not to be a fucking broken record, but it's just an addiction.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, I spend 4 hours on my phone a day. And I don't know why. Why do I spend 4? I don't even have social media, and I'm still, like, slightly addicted to my cell phone. Like, addicted to YouTube and all that. But if I had TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat, I think I'd be spending 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
Easily.
I know, like, to-do videos or, like, how-to videos are nice and all. But if you're just absorbing a bunch of short-form content, your brain is going to be fried in 10 years. Because you're going to be so used to, like, satisfaction in the short term that long-term goals aren't even going to, like, be available or, like, attainable in your head. Because you're like, I'll just watch a video and I'll feel happy after I watch it.
Right. It gives you, like, a slight form of amnesia. Because you're like, after a day of consuming content like that, let's say I spend 7 hours on my phone, I'll be fucking exhausted from watching all that stuff. And then the next day I'm like looking for my fix again. And yeah, I really feel like it gives us like amnesia, like our cell phones. And like the news cycle, we're so forgetful.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for how things develop on like the world stage, it's crazy how we don't kind of do a self-evaluation as citizens.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, we're like, the normal conversation isn't like, hey, the election cycle's coming up. Do you think we'll pick better? That's not. Everybody's just like, fuck. The commercials are coming back. Fuck. The commercials, the black and white, and then they go red or blue.
For real. It's like, don't vote for this guy because he voted for this bill.
Senator Casey is a liar. You're like, huh?
He's a money-taking fraud.
He shook hands with the big corporations. Me, I'm different. I'm for the family. And we're walking in the park because we really are natural people.
I know. Everything's on the defensive.
I hate it so much.
Actually, in like those commercials, you're on the offensive and defensive because you're like, at the end of the commercial, they're trying to give you their spiel.
Right.
And it's like, I'm for this actually, and I'm not what that other commercial says.
Right. The politician in that commercial that defames his opponent, but then is walking around. He's
and
either
praises themselves.
Right. He's either shaking a hand with like a supposed business owner, or he's working a community event, and they're like handing boxes over, like, oh, look, he's a part of the community. He's doing stuff, and it's such nonsense. It's crazy how they can get away with that stuff. I don't even understand how that's legal. How is that legal?
And I feel like politicians should be the first ones to know about glass houses and stones, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, don't throw.
Right. No, I got you. That's that age-old saying.
Exactly.
Just don't do it, man. You live in a glass house. Why are you throwing stones?
Exactly.
And it's amazing how, as a society, we don't look at that stuff as propaganda. Oh, it's just a commercial. You know, the game's on now. Who cares? You know? And it's crazy how we don't view that as propaganda. Like, even pills and pharmaceutical companies being able to have commercials on TV is fucking insane. But it's equally as insane to have politicianal commercials, just
political figures.
Why have it? Why drain, like, why just pump me with propaganda every commercial? Like, come on, guys, can we not, like, why? It's what turned me off to TV. Like, I love watching the NFL, but I literally put every commercial break on mute and I just go walk away because I can't do it. I literally
It is a good It's a good pattern to keep going, though.
I can't. Yeah.
Always mute your commercials.
Don't
listen to that bullshit.
I almost turned the TV off, but I gotta see when
when it comes
back on. If I had a device on my TV that would turn off when commercial break happened and then turn back on when it's back, I would do it instantly.
At least our commercials are meant to keep you there.
Yeah.
It's like they're captivating.
They're musical. We try to pick good beats. We really try to pick good beats and try to make it slightly entertaining. And under a goddamn minute. That's so crucial. We don't need to waste your time.
And it's not like we're on during the Super Bowl or you're just,
one day.
Yeah.
One day I'll have a Super Bowl commercial, but it's not going to be today.
Remember when that person paid for the blue screen to like air for 6 seconds?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Or was it a QR code?
It was a QR code
that
for
was Coinbase, wasn't it?
A crypto. I don't remember what crypto. I don't think it was Coinbase. I think it was another one.
Yeah, there was one of them that like put a QR code on the
I think it was
Super
like
Bowl
crypto.com.
commercial.
It was whoever owned. Actually, no, I don't want to say that. I don't think that's factually true.
Don't want to get into
the weeds, man. I'm not trying to be educational.
saying shit out of your ass.
I don't need to say shit out of my ass.
You know how many times I do that on here?
You know what I'm saying?
I do. And yeah, I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm apolitical. Like, why the hell do I need to get into any argument with any human being about
Everyone should
politics?
be self-governing if they had the intellectual capacity for it. Some people just don't, and they do need to be governed, but 80% of the population doesn't.
I don't know if it's 80%, but like I get the whole social constructs of we need roads, we need bridges, we need educational systems, we
You're
need
just going
borders.
back to the Roman Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, well that's the thing. Like we need those things. And we definitely need a court when somebody murders somebody.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable. But beyond that, besides fire and police and like basic health care, I don't need politicians trying to fill me with information about what I don't know. I don't even have a good bit for it.
I know
it's
it
so
is
insane.
very time consuming as an American. Like if we were to review every single bill and be like, no, I don't
right.
approve this, or like, yes, I do approve this bill.
Right.
So it would be like really hard and
Like-
difficult to be self-governing, but it's almost like a tax form. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I do want this bill available just for me,
Right.
you know? Mm-hmm. Or like, I want this healthcare system in place just for me.
Like when the Patriot Act was coming up in Congress, there's no way the average American could have read the thousands of pages of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just no way. Not the average person. We don't have time for that shit. No. Like Game of Thrones is on. What are you talking about? Like, there's no time. There's no time. Grey's Anatomy's rebooting.
But what the politician's job should be is just very basic summarizations of these bills and like what they're passing in Congress compared to vote for me and I'll make it happen. You
right.
know? It should just be like they should be voted in already, and then we should be like, well, we should give this one more power because he's more for everyone's values.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Canada's parliament did a standing ovation for a Nazi?
What?
This was 2 or 3 days ago.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? How
old is he?
95 or something like that. Real old.
Canadian values, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I guess they state that they didn't realize he was a Nazi SS.
It's like saying you didn't know Pope John Paul II wasn't a German Nazi boy.
Okay.
You remember watching that documentary?
No, Pope John Paul.
No, wait, which one was it? Maybe it was Benedict or some bullshit. But one of the ones growing up in the 1940s, one of the ones previous to Pope Francis was in the like Nazi young
Youth group?
Youth group.
Yeah.
And I forgot what pope it was.
But he wasn't old enough to enlist.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, he was elected, or whatever you would call it, to be pope.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's basically a former Nazi.
You know what? If you really wanted to put your conspiracy minds together, I think you could also say, how did the Vatican get completely non-scathed during the battle in Italy? Because the United States and the Nazis were fighting in Italy all day long, and they went through... Yeah. So that's fascinating. Did the Germans... Did the Germans grease the Catholics' palms and be like, hey... Or no, did the Catholics pay the Nazis be like, hey, war, not on this land. Drive it over there. But, hey, we'll still have one of your kids be pope in a couple hundred, in 100 years.
Not even in 100.
Not even 100. We're not even going to be that sly.
It was like 20 or 40. They were not sly at all, though.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, it'd be like, we'll give you the slide by.
Right.
If we'll elect one of yours in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then this one, what is...
Think about this as a loan.
What's this? Is this newest one? Pope Francis? Is he Argentinian?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know.
Anyway.
I really try to not know anymore.
Yeah.
Because, you know...
Disassociate.
I'm a former Catholic, but I don't really need to... I don't care that much.
We're not up with the culture and news.
No. I don't celebrate...
We're not outside of the Planned Parenthoods with those signs.
You know, I don't think you have to be Catholic to not like abortion, but I'm just not for... I praise Odin, you know? I praise
Thank
Zeus.
God that it rains.
Yes.
Thank God that it snows and there's sun.
Praise Odin. Praise Moloch, the owl god. Yeah.
That sounds like some sage.
It's not. Or at least for what I use it as. It's just words to me.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
We don't have an altar or anything.
No.
We're not that rich.
We're poor. I don't class. I'm not a classist. You know, you seem like a classist, Nolan. Why is that?
Only the rich have those altars to get their little gifts from God knows where.
Well, here, let's change the subject because I got a great
Let's
idea.
not expose the Hollywood industry.
Why does every single human civilization have a class system?
I don't know.
Every single one of them.
I mean,
you
gotta think about the animal kingdom besides humans too.
Okay. Did they have a class system?
They could, as in terms of say weight class, or
Okay. Yeah.
you know, say like there's. I don't know. Are there any mammals or other animals that attack the same species they came from?
Huh?
So, like, are there ever squirrels fighting squirrels? Are there ever sharks
of course.
fighting the same shark?
Of course. For dominance.
Yeah.
For mating.
So you could say
for mating,
there's
yeah.
a class system there in terms of weight. Just like pure natural physics, you know. Are they big enough? Can I compete with them?
You know, I get
It's just a different class.
It's yeah. All right.
You know. It's like, can I eat this fish or is he too big?
So I guess you could make the argument that like the class system is just an ingrained
It's a
animal.
psychological thing instead of a physical thing.
Okay. Just of how we run groups.
Yeah.
How we
It used to be a physical thing because obviously us as primals, we were like,
right.
obviously the biggest guy would
Wins.
always win.
Right.
But with technology,
Or the best fighter would win.
the best fighter. So
now
we've evolved from that system, and now we're a psychological class system
Yeah.
compared to physical.
Are you the smartest man now?
Yeah.
I find that to be very fascinating that we're kind of in that transition of we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of the transition between the
the primal minds. And,
right and the developed minds.
Yeah.
And it's very fascinating how, like, you know, sometimes we decide off of brawn and sometimes we decide off of brain.
But those are the only two, really. I mean, besides status, you know, cultural status.
That's something.
Yeah.
That's an intangible,
So
but
we
it's definitely
basically-
something.
We basically broke down class.
You know, you should ask yourself, why are there class systems? Every single civilization's got one. I mean, no matter what,
The poor, the middle class, the
no,
rich.
no matter what government you have, no matter what kind of society you have, there's still something. There's still the alpha. There's still the chief. There's still the president. There's still the one percenters.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a fun one.
We're breaking that pattern though.
With the New World Order, everyone will be equal. Just kidding. Jesus. I hate that, actually.
Try to go dark on all y'all.
No, fuck that, actually. The whole New World Order always bums me out because it always comes with power. You know, there's always that, like, looming carrot.
I remember how COVID was like a ploy or like a conspiracy theory that it was for population control.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, it's just killing off all the old people so that there's more young people in the world. Like,
Yeah.
you could say that about any disease. It can affect the young or the old.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Hepatitis was to kill all the old people.
and then AIDS was to kill all the kids. Like,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
say that about any sort of group.
Ebola was just to attack African people.
Yeah.
Black Plague, it's nonpartisan.
Killed everyone.
Got everyone. And you know what? It had an overtime when Christopher Columbus came over, or one of the conquistadors.
Smallpox.
Yeah, one of the conquistadors hit the Aztecs, or, I don't know. But not to fuck up history. I'm sure I'm wrong.
Man, to go back in those times, though, and just to be like a spectator, just in a little cloud, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy just to see the Aztecs go to war or some bullshit like that, you know?
Right.
Like all assembled at their pyramid, like praising it, and they're like, sound the war horns or
Right.
some bullshit.
Right.
I really-
Hit the drum. Boom, boom. Yeah,
It'd really
yeah.
be interesting to go back in time and just spectate some of these like crazy ass sounding battles.
It'd be really cool.
They don't even have to be like involving, I don't know.
Some
it
of
could be
them-
sticks.
Some of the Ming
Sticks and
dynasty,
stones.
like some of the Chinese, like ancient history battles of like those seem very interesting to me too. Like the Mongols versus the Chinese.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I bet that would have been fascinating to see too.
Yeah. I bet the Mongolians were graphic as fuck.
They were brutal.
But for someone to be like, I don't know, who was that? Genghis Khan?
Mm-hmm. The Khan
He
dynasty.
was basically, he birthed, what, like 10% of Asia?
There's a large
More than a
percentage.
percent.
There's a large percentage of people who draw their lineage to Genghis Khan, which is wild.
Yeah.
That's so
I wonder
wild.
if we're somehow related to Genghis Khan.
I'm definitely not. I got 0 Asian in me.
Yeah.
Only
I
because I had my
definitely
DNA tested, and I
You
remember.
specimen.
I know they got my DNA on file now. They can reproduce my DNA. They can put it at a
They're
crime
cloning
scene
you
if they
as we
wanted.
speak.
That'd be cool to meet my clone.
Your fetus is like a third done.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you,
It's still in the oven.
I'm way cooler than my clone will be. My clone hasn't had any of my life experiences.
What was that one? It's not Deadpool. There was like a certain superhero movie where they made a clone of the superhero.
Okay.
Do you remember that? And like the superhero had to fight his own clone.
No, not at all. I have no recollection of this.
It's kind of like I don't even remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't
Not
remember?
to skip that topic.
No,
but
you're totally fine. It's not a big deal.
I carry myself the way I carry myself.
All right, folks. I'm so starving. I think I'm gonna cut it here. You cool with that? Unless
yes,
you have
sir,
a
yes, sir.
cool. This has been fun. Class systems. Research them.
West
And
Side Gun, family values, morals,
he's a family man.
fashion,
I'm just like everybody else.
You know what I'm saying?
And what a wholesome
heavy
guy.
chains, heavy watches,
Right. Heavy wrist.
heavy wrists.
Dude, did you see that fucking thing? It was as the size of my fist.
For real, the buckle.
Right.
Yeah.
It was so intense.
We aspire to be that one day.
That's not my style. I'll aspire to be who I am
Yeah.
in my style.
But aspire for that much wealth at least.
I aspire for what
It doesn't
he's
even have to be-
accomplished.
It doesn't even have to be the wrist.
Dude, just to have my own essence as
I
he
just
has
need my.
his essence.
I need my own lake.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
how
on my
he's
own
got his-
fucking lake, bro. Look at this shit. Yeah, that was so cool. That was fun. That was really fun.
This has been the Oruga Podcast. Thank you all for listening.
And have a wonderful day.
And we got to be ready.
Visit orugastore.com today and enter the discount code OP15 for 15% off your order on all Oruga merch. Free shipping for orders over $50 is available as well. Thank you. The Oruga Podcast.
Somehow somebody's always looking the other way. Now look at these guys. They look busy, right?